afternoon.
Please state your full names.
Karkus Vendel.
And Mate Bit.
Hello, I'm Nina and this is my colleague Benza. Have you got your mark sheets, please?
Yes.
Mark sheets.
I believe. Yeah.
Mark sheets.
Yes.
Thank you. Please also give me the tasks and notes. I'll return these to you later.
Okay.
So you are Vendel and Mate. Do you know each other?
Yes.
Yeah.
We do.
So please ask questions to find out what you have in common and what is different in your lives.
Well, I believe you play video games.
Yeah.
Also. Yeah.
Yeah, I play.
And what kind of games do you play?
I play mostly FPS games. I don't know if you know that, but I play Fortnite, CS:GO,
Yes.
and
Classic
this kind of
shooters.
stuff. Yeah. And you're from Dunaharasti, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't know, you have a dog or something?
No, I have a cat, which
You have a cat?
I named after one of our classmates, notoriously. And I love her. She just she moved to our home. Like she just lives with us now. We didn't even go to adoption center or anything.
Yeah.
She just lives with us.
I wanted to ask because I have a dog.
Yes.
So this is different. This is different from us. But yeah, and you play games as well? Video games?
Of course.
Of course. And what kind of games?
I also play FPS shooters.
FPS shooters.
Mainly Call of Duty or COD, more widely known as. But I mostly play sword fighting and role playing games nowadays. It's my thing. It has become my thing recently. I really enjoy Baldur's Gate, and that is one of the best games I think
Okay.
in most recent years.
Okay.
Thank you. In this part of the test, you're both going to give the presentation you prepared earlier and then have a discussion. Now, Vendel, which statement have you decided to talk about?
I decided to talk about 1B. Family life is disappearing nowadays.
Good. Mate, I'd like you to listen, take notes and prepare to initiate a discussion on the topic with Vendel after his presentation. Vendel, you may use your notes, but please do not read aloud from them. You have about 2 minutes for your presentation, and first you have 30 seconds to look through your notes. Please start now.
First of all, I think the classic role model of the nuclear family is much less prominent nowadays because of more accessible living and more accessible workplaces, and also more accessible degrees. For example, people can obtain degrees online which are perfectly legitimate, like the ones they obtain the ones they obtain by actually physically attending schools, and they can also start careers online, which also further isolates them from their families. And I think in today's more accelerated age, people tend to focus more on their careers in their younger years, which just becomes a habit after a while, and they get used to not visiting their closer relatives, which also takes away from the closer family life that we were used to a few decades ago. And And yes, the higher divorce rates as well. Divorce rates have been skyrocketing, I believe, the last time I have known about them. And single parent families are becoming much more prevalent because of this also. And today's modern age allows them to be more viable. It allows people to raise children, one or even more, on their own, because there are higher paying jobs, more accessible degrees. And yes, I believe that's why families are becoming less closer.
Thank you. Mate, can you start the discussion?
Yeah. So you mentioned that the divorce rating is like skyrocketing,
Yes.
and what do you think? Why is that? Like, I thought that maybe not interacting, with the people, or like people to each other. I think maybe that's the reason why they divorce.
I think marriages are becoming more popular within younger people, or in the younger age groups, and they tend to rush things, so they don't really think through what they are getting themselves into. And marriage is such a commitment that they are not ready for. So after a few years, they decide that they do not have the capability for such commitment, and they split up. I think that's the
reason.
that's the reason why.
Okay. And you said that you can start now an actual an actual career online, and how is that possible? What do you think of this? Like, you don't have to go to school, or you can do it at your home, right?
Yes, you can train yourself with online courses, online books, audio books even. There are online skill classes, like there is a site I actually know about, Skillshare, which is very widely used and promoted in online media. And also, like, the degrees obtained there are worth the same, or are in the same degree as other degrees, and they are perfectly acceptable, and you don't have to attend school, which is much more comfortable for people. And that's why I believe starting a career online has become much more easier and accessible.
Thank you. For the final part of the test, you're going to talk to each other about a task I will show you. Please look at the topic sheet. You have been asked to find a cover illustration for a journal article entitled Fast Fashion or Second-Hand Clothing. Look at the pictures. First, look at each picture one by one and decide which aspect of the topic they portray. Then, think of other images you could include. Finally, try to decide which images would be the most appropriate and why. When you're ready, please start. Please start now.
Okay, so the first picture is showing that there's a woman who is packing kind of clothes. I don't know exactly what kind of clothes, but I see that behind her there's a lot of trash bags, and in the trash bag there are a lot of clothes, which I think is just.
I believe they use those nets to sort the clothes, maybe.
Oh.
I don't think they are necessarily trash, but yes, go on.
Yeah, and I don't think that's true for this sentence, for this statement. But just because, yeah, you mentioned that they're just like separating the clothes, and I don't think that's true for this picture.
And do you think is appropriate for the journal fast fashion or second-hand clothing as an illustration?
I don't think so, because we use second-hand clothing, but here, but you can buy second-hand clothing in shops whatsoever, and here in this picture you don't really see a store, or it's just separating the clothes. I think so. I'm not feeling like this is the one picture that's is the best one.
I also agree with you. I think the third picture actually represents quite well the fast fashion or second-hand clothing as the article, because I think it illustrates the drowning level of accessibility. There are many fast fashion brands, and there are also an incredible amount of second-hand clothing shops, and I think this illustrates that point well. And
Yeah.
also, I think second-hand clothing isn't really the most sanitary thing, and that's why I don't really like it personally. And I think the picture with the clothes hanged onto the house or printed, maybe, this represents it well. It's it's accessible for everyone, but it also means that you have to choose from something that everyone has access to, which makes it less sanitary. It's much less private, I think.
Mhm. Yeah, I think I agree with that, because secondhand clothing is, I think it's like much cheaper than if you go to
Of course.
of the Zara store. We can see a picture of a Zara store, and that's why people, because it's much cheaper, they buy from the second-hand clothing shops, and they buy a lot of these clothes, and yeah, we can see that they are just hanging out, and the clothes are just hanging off the wall, and yeah, I think that's well represented on this picture.
Thank you very much. That's the end of the test. Thanks for coming. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Thank you.